Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is my complete PHP playlist where you can find all PHP related videos. So whether you are a beginner or want to enhance your PHP skill, then you can follow this playlist from the scratch. It will surely improve your skills. So if you haven't bookmarked this playlist till now, then you can bookmark it so that all the videos are easily available to you. So in the last video, we saw how to implement the search functionality in the student listing page using PHP and MySQL. So what we are going to do in this video is like we will see how to add pagination in the student listing. So let me show you the student listing page. So this is the student listing page that we created in earlier videos, and in the last video we added the search functionality here. So we have given the search functionality over the email using like operator in MySQL and PHP. So now what we will do is a lot of time when the data set is large, so to improve the user experience and make the website more attractive, we generally do not show all the data at one page. So we use pagination. For example, you can see that there are around 60 records in the data, and if we show all the records in the one page, then it does not look that much good. So we use pagination to show the limited records per page. For example, we can show 10 records on one page, and then user can click on the pagination links to see the other records. So in this video, we will see how to implement pagination in PHP, and I will explain all the steps in detail. So do watch the video till the end. You will have a clear understanding on how to implement the pagination using PHP. So basically what we will do is we will pass a parameter page number in the request, and based on that page number we will show the records to the user. So if there is no page number in the request, then by default we will take the page number as 1. Okay, so this is what our main agenda is. So let us start. Let me go to the code. So this is the same student management system folder which is inside htdocs, which I am using throughout the series. So basically this is student list.php, which is fetching all the data from the student info table inside the db, and then here below I am showing this data using table. So this is what we have done till now. We have all added here condition for search as well, and all the database connection things are in the database.php file which we created in the earlier videos. So if you haven't watched the previous video, then you can watch it. So I will provide the playlist link in the description as well. So let us start. So basically we will receive a page number in the request. So first of all, we have to define the number of records on each page. Like as of now we can consider like I want to show only 10 records on one page. So let us define a variable $records per page, which will be 10 as of now, and then so we have defined the number of records per page. Now we will fetch the current page from the request, like $page equal to, if we will use ternary operator. Like if page number is there in the request, then we will use that page number, but if it is not there, then we will use page number as 1 by default. So I will use is set, like if $_get of page, means if there is a page parameter in the request, then we will take that value, else we will take 1 as default value. So we have found the page number in this page variable. Now based on this page, like we have to decide which records are we need to fetch. Like take a simple example. For example, there are 35 records. Then in the first page we will show the records from 1 to 10, and in the second page we will show the records from 11 to 20, and then in the third page we will show the records from 21 to 30, and then in the fourth page we'll show 31 to 35, since there are total 35 records. So based on the page number we have to decide which are the records that need to be fetched from the database. So to calculate the offset means like if I consider page number as 2, then I have to skip the first 10 records, and if I consider the page number as 3, then I have to skip the first 20 records, so that I will show 21 to 30 on the third page. To calculate that offset, like how many records to skip based on the page number, we will use the formula. Basically dollar offset will be equal to dollar page minus 1 into records per page. Dollar. So basically this page minus 1 into records per page will give us how many records we have to skip based on the current page. You can see, like if I calculate for the second page, for example, if I calculate for the first page, then 1 for the first page will be 1, 1 minus 1 will be 0, and 0 into something will be 0. So basically in case of first record we will not skip any records. And if it is a second page, then 2 minus 1 will be basically 1, and 1 into records per page, which is 10, means it will give us 10. So we will skip the first 10 records, since on the second page we will show the records starting from the 11, and similarly for the third, fourth, and so on we will fetch the result. Now we have to modify the query, like to fetch only the records which are required on the current page, not all the records. So we will have to add the limit and offset. So let us add those in our query. So basically after adding the search condition, at the end we will add our limit and offset. So the query will be $sql dot equals. So dot equals basically concatenates into the current query. So we have to add here limit. Limit will be the number of records per page, and then offset. Offset is basically, here we are calculating offset. So now this will be our complete query, like we are adding here condition for the limit and offset as well. So here will be dollar offset, like we will use variable here which we calculated here. So let us check whether 10 records are now coming or not. So let us go to our student listing page. You can see that now there are 60 records, but if I refresh it, so it should show only 10 records. Now it is not scrolling down, so basically there are 10 records. And I can also change like number of records per page. If I change it to 8, so you can keep it whatever you like. So now it is giving only 8 records, so it will keep 8 records per page. Like I think this 8 records per page is fine, because there is some space below which we will use for pagination links later, so we will keep it as 8. Now we have to show the pagination links below. Now since there are only 8 records are coming, by default it is taking page number as 1, and on the first page it is showing 8 records, but we have to show the other records as well using the pagination. So we will use Bootstrap to add pagination link. So let us go to the Bootstrap. Let us close the extra tabs. So I will search Bootstrap pagination, and then we will use a pagination from the Bootstrap. Like this pagination is looking fine, so I'll use that. So let me copy the code here. So if you don't know how to use Bootstrap, then no problem, you can follow the steps I am explaining. I am just using the Bootstrap for the front end purpose, and I will explain each functionality in detail. So basically, below the table we will add our pagination links. So here table is closing. Now below that closing table tag, so we will add a division. So like I want this Bootstrap pagination links in the center of page, so I will add class to them. So class will be dflex, which will keep make it its display as flex, and then justify content center. So I have added these two classes, display flex and deflex and justify content center, and inside this division I will paste those copied pagination links. So let us check how it is looking. You can see that now they are coming in the center, and there are three links as of now, but they are not clickable since we have not added the functional pages link here. These are just dummy links. So we will now proceed to add links here. So in order to show the pagination link, first we require the total number of pages. Like if there are 10 pages, then we will show 10 links. If there are 5 pages, then we will show 5 links. So we have to fetch like how many pages are there. So for that we need count of records. Suppose if there are 80 records, and if we are keeping 8 records per page, then basically there will be 10 pages to show those 80 records. So we have to fetch the count of total records, and then we have to find the count of pages from the count of total records, and for each page we will show the link here. So let us proceed to that. Now we have to write a query to fetch the count of records as well. So I will write a query in parallel. Like I will name this query as count SQL. So basically count SQL will be, let me copy it. So basically here instead of selecting star, we will select count star. Count is a function which is used to get the count of records in the SQL. So count star from student info, and we also want to search to work exactly the same like it is working. So inside this search condition as well, we have to add condition in the count as well. Like we will append to it in count SQL. We will append this condition. Okay, so we have added the query for count, like select count star, as we will give alias as total from student info, and then if there is a search parameter, we have added the search condition here as well. Now we want to count the total records, so in count there will be no condition of limit or offset since count is will be of total records. Let us now execute that count query to get count result. So dollar count result is equal to MySQL query So we have to pass the connection object, so we will pass that dollar cone which we are using throughout this student management system. So this cone is created in this database.php file already. So we will give our count SQL here. Now this MySQL query will return resource object into this count result variable, but we have to get the exact value of that count. So first we will convert it into an associative array. Dollar count array is equal to MySQL fetch so is the function which will convert the resource object into the associative array, and we have to pass this resource object inside this. Now this will be converted into associative array, basically, which will be having a key as a total and its value will be the number of records. So we will now fetch the total records from this array. Dollar total records. From this count array we will fetch total key. So in this way we can fetch the total records. So like why we did all this stuff, like converting this into array and then using this key? Because MySQL query returns a resource object, it doesn't returns an array directly. So we will convert this record into an array, and after that we will fetch that total key, which we give as alias here. So it will return the total records here. Now we have the total records, and what we have to do is like for the from the total records we have to fetch the total number of pages. So basically our total number of pages will be total pages, total records divided by records per pages. Like if there are total 8 records and we are giving 8 records per pages, then there will be 10 pages. Basically means total records divided by records per page will give us the number of pages, but we have to take ceiling value of it. Now consider there are there are 85 records and records per page is 10, then in that case it will return 815. So 815 is not exact number, like page number should be exact integer, so we'll use ceiling value of that so that the remaining records come into the next page. So we have calculated the total pages here. Now we will add a link for each page. So let us move to the link part. So here is the division which is showing links. So basically these are 3 links here. These are hard coded links. We'll change it to the dynamic using PHP. Like we will start a PHP script here. And inside this PHP script we'll use a for loop to add a link for each page. Like we'll use a variable $i which will start from page 1, and $I will go up to the total pages less than equal to total pages, and then we will increment this variable. Now we will add a link here inside the for loop. So let me cut it. Let me comment these 2 links since we will add the link using the loop. So inside this we'll simply echo the list item which is creating one link. Now like we have to change some things here, like these double quotes to single quotes, so that all of this is treated as a string. Change all these to single quotes. Okay, fine. Now the most important thing is this href part. Like we have to provide the link of each page in this href part. So we have to pass the page number parameter and the search parameter if it is there here. So let us get the search parameter into a variable as well. Okay, so let us add a parameter for the search here. Search will be basically is equal to the dollar underscore get of search. So we'll use a callis operator here. Like if it is set, then it will take its value, otherwise it will take empty value. So this is a callis operator. It check if it is set, then it will take this value. If it is not set, then it will take empty. So we got the value of search in this dollar search value, so we'll use that here. Now let us come to the link again. So inside these links, what we have to add is, like, we have to add two parameters, our page and our search. So we'll move to that part. So like to add the parameter, we have to concatenate. So let us prepare the link here. So now parameters always start with the question mark. So here I will add a question mark, and then first parameter is like page. So page equals, so for each page number will be like $I is the page number here, so we'll add $I here. Like for the first it will give 1, for the second it will give 2, similarly we will add for all. And now the second parameter will be, we have to add the search parameter as well. So the second parameter are separated by ampersand symbols, and we will add SERCH, spelling should be same, search parameter, and search equals, so we will use concatenation here to add value of search. So basically dot and there will be a search. This is the variable which we fetch from the request in the starting. So this is a link, like we have added the page parameter and the search parameter. So let us check whether it is working fine or not. So basically let me refresh it, and if I click on first, so you can see that in request page equal to 1 and search is empty since I have not applied the search. But I have to something like yeah, I have to change here as well. It should show all the page numbers, not only one. Okay, now it is showing pages from 1 to 8. If I click on the second, now it is going to the page number 2, and records are also changing. You can see that there is a David Brown, and if I goes to the third page, then Leo Adams. So in this way it is showing the data using pagination. So there is one more thing that is remaining, like we have to add these previous and next as well. So let us move to that. Apart from that, our pagination is working fine till here. You can see that. Okay, so let us move to add this previous and next. So now this, basically this is a list item which is used for pagination, so I will cut it from here. Now previous button will be visible only if the page number is greater than 1. Basically if we are on the first page, then there will be no previous, right? So we will add a condition here. If dollar page greater than 1, then only we will echo this previous button. Okay, so let me add the previous button here. So we have to change again or everything to the single quotes inside these double quotes. And okay, so we have changed everything to the single quotes. Now we have to add the link here. So in case of the previous button, we have to add the link of the previous button. So let me copy this link part here from here, href. So basically this is the let me copy this href part only, and let me add here instead of hash. Now instead of $I, there will be the previous page. So means page -1 will be there in case of previous. Okay, search will be as it is. So let us check whether this is working fine or not. Previous button. So let suppose now I am on 5th page, and you can see page number is 5, and if I go to click previous, then it is going to page number 4, so which is fine, means it is working fine. And if I am on page number 1, then previous button is not there. So like I have applied the condition here, that previous will be visible only if the page number is greater than 1. So now similarly we can add on the next button. Let me add it. So this is the text for the next button, and I will cut it, list item, and similarly the next button will be visible if the current page number is not equals to the last page. Like if the page total number of pages is also 10 and we are on the 10th page, then there will be no next page, right? So we will check if dollar current page, means which is our page variable, if page number is not equals to our total pages, then we will add, then we will show next button, otherwise will not show. Now same thing we have to do here is like change to the single quotes, and then change everything. So we have changed everything to the single quotes. Now we have to add the link here as well. Like I will copy this from here, and inside href instead of hash there will be a link, and like here page number will be current page plus 1. So instead of I will give dollar current page, which is page, and then plus 1. So this is how it should work, and I have to add semicolon here after echo. So let us check now whether on the next is also working fine or not. So if I come to the page number 2, and then if I click on next, then it should go on page 3, which is fine. Like you can see the now page is 3 and records are also changes accordingly. So in this way you can add the pagination using PHP. And if I comes to the 8th page, then you can see there is no next button since 8th is the last page here. So it is working perfectly fine, and it is also working with the search. Like if I add search parameter here and then search, so you can see that uh, it is giving me the records whose email consists of R. Now there are total 6 pages whose email consisting of R. Now if I go to the page number 2, then it is retaining the search parameter as well. So it is working perfectly fine with the search as well. Like first we will search the record, then we will paginate it. So guys, this is all how the pagination works in the PHP, and hopefully you find the video useful. And if you find the video useful, then do subscribe to our channel and like the video. If you have any doubt, then put it in the comment section. Thank you.